Madaruda Agharma Yudit Sang Prajayana Maha Mantra Mantra Mahadeva Deva Aksara Vishnu. Oh.
Hello and welcome back to A Better World. This is your host, Mitchell Rabin, and we're very glad you're joining us again today. Today we're going to have a very special show. We have invited a woman who is here from Bali. She's known as a Balinese high priestess there. It's an extraordinary story, which we'll be telling you a little bit about today. Her name is Ida Resi Alit, and the interesting part of the story about how it is we met is because she is now married to a very dear friend of mine's son, who I have known since his childhood. And it's a very kind of unique situation, but she is now part of our larger family, and it's really a blessing. And I've had a chance to get to know Ida, and I have been awed by the whole story of her own personal development and what she has gone through individually and spiritually, and the way she is reaching thousands of people all over Bali with her blessings. And if you stay tuned, you will be getting one of those blessings here on the show, because she will be sharing a mantra with us all for our healing as well. So with that, Ida, I want to welcome you. It's a pleasure to have you. Really great. And welcome to the United States, by the way. I know you've been here, and now you have a little baby with Torrid, and that's beautiful. So if you hear some cries in the background, that's Lakshmi, and she is back there crying and doing what children do, right? Yeah. So first of all, if you would, tell us a little bit about your own story and your own development. You were born in Bali.
Yeah, I was born in Bali.
You
I
had,
grew up in Bali.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was born in Bali. I grew up in Bali, and I became a priestess when I was 21 years old.
21.
Years old, yeah.
That was about, what, 10 years ago or so?
Yeah, 11 years ago.
11 years ago. And one doesn't just become a priestess. It's a rather extensive and detailed, unusual process, at least for us in the West.
Yeah.
Something happened to you. You had a death experience, right? Yeah. And it was out of that and from that experience that there was an inner, not even a shift, an utter complete transformation. Yeah. Will you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, it was unusual a process in Bali, be a priestess. Yeah. So at that time,
because it needs to be said actually that all people of that level are men.
Yeah,
right. They're all priests.
Men, and most of the priests in Bali are men. And I was very young, and even I never ever had a desire or dream to become a priest. It was just happened. Just happened automatically when my life was. My father passed away when I was 12 years old. 13 years old, and then my life was really hard, it was difficult. So
difficult in what way?
Yeah.
How? How was it made more difficult?
Difficult was like I had a dream. I had a strong desire to continue my education to the high, university, but family, economy, they couldn't support me, my education.
Right.
So then
you had to work.
Yeah, but
is that it?
Yeah, but I didn't give up just because that I tried to find a job, make money, and I don't know what I was planning at the time. Work hard and then save money for my education.
For school.
But what I what I planned, it was not like what I want. what not I mean
You mean what you were planning
yeah,
wasn't happening?
happened
It
like
wasn't
that. Yeah,
happening, right?
it wasn't
But
happen. Wasn't
Ida,
happen like my dream was like this.
right,
Then
sure.
everything just stuck everywhere.
First of all, nobody plans or wishes for one's father to die. Number one, that wasn't part of it. But there's an old phrase in the West, which is man plans and God laughs. So, whatever we plan, it may get detoured, derailed altogether, or at least postponed.
Yeah.
So
everywhere I went to look for a job. I don't know, just like everything blocked. No one accepted me. So by the way, and then I I went to Bintan Island for I went there for a little job, but also blocked, and then finally I had to back to Bali. Then I flew back to Bali on 2006, March of 2006, and then start from that but I didn't give up either. After I flew back to Bali, I tried again. I tried more look for job, and then but wasn't happening.
It was not happening.
Yeah,
right.
it wasn't happening. Anything. So then I start contact my friend, my old friend when I was in high school. Then everyone, my good friend, my best friend, they had a good life. All son, they have a good life. But and then after that, I just look at myself. Then what happened with me? Why just stuck at home? No money, just watch movie.
And your father had died by now?
But when I was 12.
Yes.
Yeah, when I was 12, that happened when I was 19, 19 or 20 years old. So, and then such story, I talked to my mom, and I asked my mom, why my life like this? And I was just like, oh, why everything difficult in my life? So, no father, even my mom, she couldn't support my education. So.
Do you have brothers and sisters?
Yes, I have a 3 brothers. Yeah, I have 3 brothers. Yeah, and then after that, and my mom she said, I think you need a water purification. Water purification. So in Bali, it's a water purification we call. Yeah, I just maybe sitting that time.
That's a way of
that spiritual, or maybe I mean need a purification, need clarity.
There might be some karmic block, for instance.
Yeah, maybe.
And so within this context of the culture, getting a water blessing is a way of freeing up the block.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, like this, like that, and I think she talked to my grand uncle. So my grand uncle is a holy man. So okay, then we went to the temple, one temple in my village, and then he just chanting, like spraying my holy water. And at the time in the temple, I think just emotional release.
Yes.
So I was crying.
Oh yeah.
Screaming and rolling. Just like I couldn't control. There's some people were there in that temple. I heard some people say, oh, she turned, but I wasn't in trance. Just I couldn't control.
Yes. The emotions.
The emotion
even the physical expression of those emotions.
Yeah. So then because it was took long time, and then my granduncle was like, I don't know, maybe he was concerned, and then he just took me to his friend. his friend is a spiritual. His friend is a spiritual man. His bro is spiritual. And then we got there at 10. I think I remember at 10:30 p.m. evening in the evening.
The same evening that
Yeah,
this release was occurring?
because my grand uncle was concerned. Just really intense. It was really intense. I cried and just like.
So your grand uncle got nervous, perhaps. Is that it?
I think so. Yeah,
Yeah.
I think it was.
What's happening?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then and after that, he asked me, his friend asked me when we just got there, in his house. He just asked me, "Do you live in 2 dimension?" He asked me like that.
Wow.
2 dimension, but
Interesting.
I was so young. I wasn't spiritual. I just normal girl, you know. I just wanna.
And your age again at this point is?
I think I was 20.
20, right?
Yeah, I was 20.
Sure.
So I just knew my culture, my tradition, pray, but
Yes.
but I didn't.
You were born Hindu.
Yeah, I was born Hindu.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
do you live in 2 dimension? And then he asked me, said I didn't understand. I just quiet.
Yeah, right.
I just quiet and then he took me to his.
I live over there. What do you mean?
Yeah.
Do I live in 3 dimensions?
Yeah, and then he took me to his friend. He took me to the temple,
Mm-hmm.
and then he did same thing. And then I cried again like before. And then stop, and then after we relax, and then they just asked me question. What do you want? I think he and my grandpa asked me something. What do you want? I just want to have a job. I just want to make money. I just want to continue my school, my education.
Now, had you finished high school?
Yes,
You finished high school?
I just finished. I think few months after that. Yeah.
After that or before?
I already finished my school,
Mm-hmm.
my high school,
Mhm.
and then happened. Then happened.
Just after that,
Maybe about. I finished my high school 2005.
5.
2005 and
Sure.
2005.
Okay.
Yeah, this is 2006. Oh, I think a year after that.
Yeah.
And then after that, he said, I just okay. And then they asked me, they told me that they gave me a really wise advice, very good advice, and make me calm, and then do meditation and pray. But I didn't understand what meditation was at the time. What we did, I just knew pray every full moon, every day, pray just like my tradition. So I didn't know what is spiritual, even I didn't know what spiritual was, what meditation was, what yoga was. So I just being a teenager,
Yeah.
being a young woman with a many dream.
Sure.
So yeah, by the way, and then I did. And I told my mom, and then my mom said, "Yes, follow your advice." And then I went to my grand uncle's. I did meditation every evening there, but not every day. But I went every evening.
Another grand uncle? Or
No,
the same, the holy man?
Yeah, same.
Mhm.
And then so he has a small room.
Mhm.
It's his own room to practice meditation every day. And I just got there, and then he asked, okay. And then he put incense, and then he sit up, and then he told me that I sit behind him, and he said, take a deep breath out, inhale, exhale. I said, I was so young, and I was really young, and then I was so sleepy at the time, because oh my god, so sleepy, so tired. Suddenly my body is so tired and felt so sleepy.
Uh-huh.
And then okay, and then I went home, back to home, and then I came again. So I think I did for 5th or 6th time during with 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 him. I did a meditation practice. Something happened. And I was just take a deep breath, like take a deep breath out, and then suddenly I felt my stomach, move, like but my mind was like, oh, maybe I have a stomach problem, but it's very fast. It was happened very fast. I mean, even my body stopped, just feel weird. I feel my body weird, and then sick, man. I feel, and then my body started like I couldn't control it, like sick like this, shaking like this, and then I felt something up and down. I didn't know. I felt like maybe like a water ball go up and down, and then my breath like really sort of like that, but my body is shaking, and then my breath like
Very intense.
intense, yeah, very intense. But I was going to open my eyes, but I couldn't.
Mm-hmm.
Couldn't. It's just like like so intense, very intense. And then well, and up and down, and then this happened here, and then just my throat like but I felt like and then it's like my mouth just chanting automatically, like it was very fast, even I didn't understand what I was chanting. Yeah, so this is very fast. In a few minutes, and in such story, and just stop by just stop automatically too, and I was so tired, and that
Were you able to identify what language you were chanting afterward?
I don't know.
Afterward, were you able to identify it? Since?
I don't know. It's very fast, very fast.
Was anyone present, like your granduncle, able to identify the language?
I know really.
Or did they say that it was Sanskrit?
Yeah, it was very fast. But the first very was, but I think I don't know. But because since the first experience, that's make me really that's make me I don't know, came from myself naturally interested. I was so interested.
You were interested in the phenomenon of what it was that was happening to you.
Yeah, I didn't think about what it was. I didn't really ask about ask what's the mean, or no, just because that the first experience gave me a feeling better, feeling very, very calm. And before was worry, anxiety, this emotional and
excess
negative,
stress.
Stress. So, but after that, it just was just like my body feel lighter, my mind feel like open, everything positive, and it make me just really spirit and passionate, passionate, and always just always stop positive about that, and after that.
Well, this would be described. Most people would describe this as a release of Kundalini. Is the typical classic way of describing the movement up and the movement down. It's usually up, but it also has a circular aspect to it as well. But it's usually considered to be a very powerful fire-oriented energy that moves up through the chakras and sort of stimulates them, each one, and stimulates their entire nervous system to the point of both feeling blissful, typically, as well as free.
Yeah.
So I'm sure you know that, but at the time I know that you did not identify the experience.
At that time I didn't know.
You had no frame of reference.
Yeah, but I learned after 10 years. I understand now. Before not understood it.
Yeah, right. Now, of course, you understand. Sure. But when it's first happening, no one knows. Even if you've had the introduction to the idea,
Mm.
that helps.
Yeah.
But even then, when it happens, because I've experienced this as well, your body intelligence takes over and you don't remember much of anything, you know.
Yeah, you're right.
You're so engaged in the
Mhm.
experience itself.
Yeah.
So please go on.
Yeah, and after that, it's just really, even my family they were so surprised. I changed this 100%. Every morning, I did my practice, disciplinely.
Yeah.
I did meditation, pray every morning, every evening, and then I just talk differently, and then but yeah, my family, they're so happy with it, you know.
Yeah. So you went from the superficial praying because you were taught to pray because of your tradition,
Yeah.
but it didn't really mean much to you, to now, I want to pray, I want to meditate, I want to chant, because it went internal and became truly meaningful to you. But what happened with this whole story about the so-called death experience? Where does
Yeah,
that fit into this
yeah.
narrative?
After that, because I did my practice every day, meditation. So experience came.
Experience
This
came.
experience, experience just came to me, like a woman came to me. And
Oh.
I saw in my meditation.
Oh.
It was so funny for me. Not funny, I mean, was also strange for me because
Right, not funny, ha ha.
yeah, but
funny,
like something
interesting.
Yeah, when I did my meditation every day, the woman came. Sometime, just really, I felt it's really real.
Mhm.
We talk, Diksha ceremony. Even I didn't know what's mean Diksha ceremony at the time.
Diksha
In
or
Bali,
Diksha or Diksha.
Diksha, yeah,
Yeah.
Diksha.
Yeah.
And then after the meditation, after I would live with the social, talk with family, and watch movie, watch TV, and then I talk to, oh no, I'm not crazy. No. It's just like, talk to myself like that.
Mhm.
When I did meditation, doing the meditation was real, feel good,
Sure.
feel really connection,
Sure.
and then strong belief. But then after that, and then talk, is really was really confusing, but I was really, he was strong. My heart, I believe it.
You what?
I believe.
Yes.
I believe. Yeah, I believe.
So you went in to put into another phrase.
Mm.
It's as though you were dealing with the polarity, if you will, between the ordinary world of things like television and brushing one's teeth and eating meals and chatting away about one thing or another, and shopping, even in Bali. Oh God, of course. What am I thinking? And then the internal Ida of your new reality, if you will, with this woman who would come to visit you, like as real as this.
As real, yeah.
As real as this.
And it changed my perspective of life.
Yes.
Changed my body living, my behaviors. It's changed
your behavior. Yeah.
Behaviors.
Right. So then but again, I'm just, I have elements of your story. What about that part that was called not near death, but death experience?
Yeah.
How does that relate to all this?
Because when I got that message, Diksha ceremony, so in my meditation, I did promise, I swear to do Diksha.
More Diksha.
In the Diksha ceremony to the woman, the goddess.
Oh.
But at that time, why I did swear, I don't know. In my what I understood at that time, oh, but Diksha is just like a ceremony I did before. Just my granduncle is spraying holy water and then this water purification. I thought like that time. And then I went to my granduncle's, and then I asked, and he was watching TV, and then I just walk and then I just say, granduncle, just Diksha me. I asked like that, and then he said, and then he just turned off
The
the
TV.
TV, and then what? Do you know what's my Diksha ceremony? I was like, man, why feeling weird now? And he said like, what's and then Diksha ceremony is a ceremony to become priestess. Oh my god, it was shocked me. And then because I was so confident. Diksha is just like water purification, like
Yeah.
I did before.
And the goddess in
Yeah.
your vision told you
Yeah,
to get the Diksha.
yeah, he said, yeah, and
So that's why you had such confidence,
yeah,
because of the source of the, I don't know, not a
Yeah.
request, an instruction.
yeah, and then after that, I think I just confusion. I stopped. I
Stopped
my
what?
practice.
You stopped your practice.
Yeah, no meditation, no pray for maybe for
After that conversation
yeah,
with your
conversation,
granduncle?
Yeah. Because I know it is being a priestess in Bali is like every ceremony in the temple was just in my village. A priest is really old people, wise, ceremony, and then with. So I don't know. It's no,
Me?
I
I'm 20 years old. Let me live my life.
yeah. And then okay, and then I stop, and then, but what happened? I don't know why. Every evening or during I stop my practice. I don't know. I get scared. I don't know. Just feeling scared.
Do you know why?
I don't know why. Just I asked. I didn't see scary or no ghost or no, but just feel weird. Just feel scared around. Yeah, just this very weird feeling. And then I asked my granduncle, "What happened with me?" I don't know. I'm scared. I say that. And then I think he just get confused and he just get concerned. And then he talked to my big family, to my family, because my family don't know about that. And then my family said, "Oh no, what about God had please is we just in the social in Bali we just simple family, it's not impossible to forget about that." And then but
You weren't in the Brahmin caste.
yeah, I grew up in this simple family, and so not even my ancestor, not before.
But then again, you grew up in a simple family, Ida, but your granduncle was a holy man, and there were other
But my granduncle
religious
is a
people.
monk. He's a monk, but not priest. I mean, not high priest.
Oh,
He's a
okay.
monk. Priest, he's priest, but
Oh,
a monk.
monk?
Still a monk.
Is that a
like
monk?
Yeah, like a monk.
Okay.
In Buddhism, we call a monk.
Sure.
Yeah.
Understood.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
So this led then to when in the narrative, tell me, did the death experience occur? Because it was my impression from your husband that it was when you arose from the death experience that you had the 100% re-identification with the goddess and the priestess inside you, like the Hindu avatar. And that's when there was the 100% shift. But it sounds like you're telling me it happened as a result of the disciplined meditations.
Yeah, this meditation and prayer.
So did you have that death experience?
Yeah, okay, okay. The story after that, because we
I'm just
reached,
trying to
yeah, yeah,
understand
yeah,
the sequence
yeah,
of
because
understanding
yeah,
the inner
yeah,
transformation that occurred
because
because it's
after
so profound.
yeah, because after that, my family, oh no, just my family, no, we say no, but they concerned, and then they took me,
Yeah.
and then we went to the temple, to the water temple, and then we did a water ceremony
Okay.
together. And then
You and your family.
yes, we all family.
Me, your
Yes,
mother,
all of my family, my
brothers,
some
granduncle.
uncles, some also neighbor. At the
Okay.
time, yeah. And then after that, we went back to home around evening 6:30, and we did pray again in my temple,
Mhm.
and then what happened that time, when we prayed together, and then I didn't know what happened. I felt, and then they think I was in trance, so they just wake me, and then they just check. Okay, they wait up after we pray, and then I just like fall down,
Fell down,
fell
yes.
down, and
Mhm.
and then they just wake me, and then till night, and then until midnight, 1 a.m. And they just stopped. My family said, "Why it took so long?" And then they checked my body. My body's so
Oh,
cold.
God.
It's very cold, and then even my skin.
Do you have a pulse?
Yeah, the check is not pulse, and then the check here is it's not just little bit, but and then no, she died, and everyone start panic. Everyone start panic, and then cried, and the situation really I don't know. If they told me after that the situation really panic and very messed up, and
Well,
my mom just went out.
profound concern that they lost you.
Yeah, and then such story, one of I don't know, one of my family just screamed because everyone.
And many of their lives have been changed and healed as a result of these blessings to such an extent that people all over Bali know about you and beyond, but especially in Bali. And they travel to get the blessings because their lives have been so improved. Could you tell us of a story or two of changes that you have seen or learned about?
Well, is because so many so many people came to
Yes.
even in Bali. I remember many that changed life me, and I think one of is no, he's become like my family, and but I didn't wanna mention that who would change their life, who feel the change because the verification. I didn't want it because me. I didn't want to mention that it's just because me.
I understand.
I just
Because of
I
you.
I always believe that what happened, who changed their life is just because they believe what they believe.
Mhm.
So when they come to me, I just become
A vessel.
I just become a vessel. Just all of everything is about what they believe to the spirit, to the universe.
Understood.
So that's
I take it that way, so no worry.
okay. Yes,
And I appreciate the distinction.
One of a man sleep in my family. No, before he had a really had like a headache problem. Like I don't know, like vertigo, even it's just like very worse.
Mhm. Maybe a migraine or something.
Like vertigo, migraine like that,
Mhm.
and it's really intense. It's
Yes.
not like a normal migraine or vertigo. And I think it's because he believed and he came for many for often to do the ceremony, the application, and he realized emotion scream and just emotion, and then he got better, better, and better. And then now, yeah.
Oh, interesting. So when people go to attend the blessings, the water blessings ceremony, they also have emotional release there.
Yeah.
Very loud
Yeah.
and very
Yeah.
pronounced. I see. That's interesting.
Yeah. Everyone come. I mean, I never say to people like, if you do this, you will this. I mean, I guarantee you will feel this, you will get this, because I'm nothing. It's just everything just about the destiny and
Yes.
destiny and your belief, destiny, your belief, and back to karma.
Yes. Okay. Yes, a good Hindu perspective. Okay, sure. No, that's great. That's great. Thank you. So that helps me understand, and because of my background and work in psychology, it's particularly interesting to me to hear about the onset of an emotional release to help relieve physical illnesses.
Yeah, what I learned, even from myself, emotional really take our energy maybe 100 times from doing a physical work.
Yeah.
So
it can take the energy.
Release emotional.
Yeah.
Really
it eats up our emotional lives when they're congested, contracted, frustrated. Eats up a lot of energy. And it's absolutely
and
true.
Open connection to connect.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. So, Ida, we promised the viewers a mantra, healing mantra. So would you take a couple of minutes and okay.
Yeah. Let's see. We together pray. Take a deep breath from your nose and out from your mouth. One more, please.
Just speak up if you would mind, just a little bit, so the volume of your voice gets across.
Wardayangka Pramusidi Mahadeva Surya Guruanga Ganapati Devyat Marutat Pramada. Bayu Sabdaidap Amarta Bwanu, Bayu Sabdaidap Angga Pramada. Wandaritya Aksara Buddha, Buddha Nama Sang Buddha. Madaruda Agharma Yudyat Sang Prajayana Maha Mantra, Mantra Mahadeva, Deva Aksara Vishnu. Wanganirito Aprotiti Amarta Bwana, Puja Mahadeva, Puja Surya Aksara Guru. Wanganira Amrataning Jagat Prasamaning Vishnu. Vardayat Paramusidyanga Pancha Sakyam Mahadevayat Pratatvaika Budaya Gani. Varaganyarata Sangyang Pasupatya Parama Vishnu Varadi Sangyang Aksara Guru. Vanarvat Kamaradiyata Prakshatitam Sang Brahmana. Vadanga Vadaya Vedayat Marukam Ganga Saramusti Guru. Yaham Narayan Paramusidi Yaham Wankara Guru Anga Devidadu Amarta Guru Prajnam Aksara Bodhisattvam Yaham Namaswaha Wankara Daya Namaswaha Apramusti Guru Yaham Namaswaha.
Oh, thank you. Beautiful. So appreciate your giving our audience that gift. Truly, truly. Well, this has been awesome. I thank you so much for sharing your story. Just to say, in terms of historical context, you may or may not know this because you were sort of a superficial Hindu until all of this happened. And now you are, I heard reference, by the way, of course, to Buddha in your chant. So is it true that in Bali there's more of a flexible relationship between the Hindu and the Buddhist?
Yeah, it's really strong. This concept of before Hindu is Siva Buddha. So Siva Buddha is the masculine and feminine.
Oh,
so
okay.
What is Buddha in Bali? Buddha is Ibu Prativi. Ibu Prativi is Mother Earth.
Is what?
Mother Earth. Mother Earth.
Mud art.
Mother Earth. The Earth. Mother Earth.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yes, mud and earth.
So
Okay.
So in what?
The ground.
Yeah, ground. Buddha is
right. Okay.
Buddha is Prativi, or we call Mother Earth in Bahasa in Bali.
In Bali, yes. Okay. And so that's the Buddha. And how about the Hindu deities? Where are they? How do they fit into? If that's the earth, then you have some idea of heaven, you know.
Akasa. So Siva Buddha. Siva is a Bapa. Buddha as Prativi. So Siva Buddha is like this concept. So our concept of Hinduism in Bali is a Siva Buddha.
Oh, so it's okay. I think I follow. The fundamental idea of Hinduism actually has the Buddhist idea of the earth, no pun intended, grounded into it. It forms the ground.
Yeah.
So you really do have this kind of intimate relationship between the Buddhist teachings and the Hindu.
Yeah. And
in a sense, maybe they're not even considered
Buddha,
separate.
Buddha and Siva is a perfect. It's like
Siva as in Shiva.
Yeah, the Siva.
Pardon my.
Buddha. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hindu
Buddha.
Right. Got it. Thank you.
Hindu Buddha is a perfect.
Yes. Combination.
Like your hand.
Yes.
Right hand and right hand.
Okay. Got it. Thank you. That's great. I just wanted to share with you and the audience something I started to say about context. Hari Ananda, who is a lineage holder, or was in his body, and connected to that of Yogananda and Swami Pragyanananda, who I've also met, who sat in this chair, who I have interviewed, and I've received blessings from Hari Ananda. He was very well known, Ida, as a spiritual adept of such a level in India that he would go for long periods of time in what's called the pulseless and breathless states. By design, that it was deliberate. He could put him, and so could many other yogis, put themselves into this state as a method of extending their lives extending and advancing their spiritual condition.
Mm.
And I just wanted to say that what happened to you spontaneously is something that's part of the Indian culture for a long, long time.
Mm.
And there are people, as I've said, and I met one and I've been blessed by one, and friends of mine have been students of his for many, many years when he was in the body. And it's just interesting to me to hear that in those cases, it's by design. In your case, it was sort of spontaneous. But the results in both cases are extremely profound, which is a serious spiritual advancement, right?
Mm.
Are you aware of this, I would say, tradition in India
Okay.
of this phenomenon?
Mm.
It's interesting because it goes even further into Ayurveda, where conditions are set up for almost like human hibernation. There's a whole practice and discipline where the human respiration, everything becomes very, very decreased. And the person emerges like a new human, emotionally and physically.
Emotionally and
In other words, it's utilized as a practice to help people. In your case, it emerged. It just spontaneously erupted,
I mean, what happened to me? Are you?
Well, no, I'm saying what happened to you
Yeah.
just happened. You
Yeah,
didn't
just
plan
happened,
it.
yeah.
The most planning you did was deliberately doing the meditation and the prayer, which ultimately brought forth your reflection in the woman, in the female you call goddess, which led you on your next steps, your journey's next steps, which
Yeah.
is beautiful.
Yeah.
What?
What made your next step?
That was your next step, when you went to your grandfather, your granduncle,
Yeah.
and then ultimately to the Hindu consulate,
Yeah,
if you will,
yeah.
committee.
I think just how to connect uh the spontaneous the rule to be harmonious and then be harmonious and we one or two people in the temple because I was fallen and then they just checked me and one of them just prayed, see like scream, oh my God, it's what happened with my family 7 years ago. You took her dad and then now you take her. So if she live again, we will make a ceremony to become high priestess, and then after few minutes that after that few minutes after that one of I think I don't know who I think my cousin just he saw my fingers move.
Oh.
And then he screamed. He called, oh, see live again, and it's I don't know the story. I just remember first time I opened my eyes, I couldn't open my eyes like normal like this. I just blurry. And tear all the time. My tear all the time out. And I couldn't hear. I couldn't talk.
Were you
my
conscious?
body like paralyzed.
Were you conscious?
I couldn't think like that. Maybe I just because so heavy.
So heavy now. And painful.
Yeah, even I couldn't hear anything. So they moved me, and they moved me, and they moved me to the front of my temple, and all of my family, they just talk like this. Because I couldn't hear it, so I just see them like that, and so I don't know one maybe I don't know who tried to get me water, but I couldn't.
Oh, It's like you lost what we call motor function.
Yeah, I didn't. Yeah, maybe like that. And after that, just there, and then after that, I just felt something. I got headache. I'm not inside, not a headache. I don't know what it felt. Heavy first. It's very like heavy, and then inside of my ear, like inside of my head.
Yeah.
I felt so pain, very hard.
So much pain.
Yeah, so much pain, and then when my breath started to short again, and then I felt, and then when after I felt so intense that pain, and the air, like the air out from my my ear.
It felt like something was coming out of you.
Like after we in the plane.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
The pressure changes.
Yeah.
Exactly.
But worse. But it's very bad. It was very pain.
Yes.
Then
very
out
painful.
Of the and then after like I after the sound, ding, ding, the high frequency after that, and then the air like boost. And then after that happened.
So it was both low and high.
Like a boom, boom, ding. It's very pain. After that, the sound I heard. And after that, I felt normal. I mean, I feel better. I can breathe. Oh, I feel better. But I still my body like a paralyzed per week. Yeah.
So this lasted for the whole night.
Yeah, whole night. Yeah.
And then what happened until morning?
I think it's until around 4:30 or something 5 or something like that. Yeah. And then after that, they moved me to the room, and it took me 2 weeks, maybe more, maybe longer, to get normal. 2 weeks to get normal, and then we went to the government, to the Hindu department, Hindu committee. Sorry, Hindu committee. We had it in, and we asked.
Asked what?
How to become the rule? How to become? And then the rule is minimum 45 years old. But I was 20 at the time. Yeah.
The point is, the high priestess designation is one thing, but I'm most interested in hearing about the nature of the inner transformation, which can lead to a designation or not. But in this case, it did. But before that was what happened inside you. And it sounds like once you had that emotional release, when you were screaming and rolling and all of that, and your grandfather got alarmed and took you to his friend, and that friend instructed you to pray and meditate, and you didn't even know what meditation meant, right? But then you started to do it because he showed you about breathing, and you started to do it. Then you started having the visions and conversations with the goddess, a woman, a female energy. And it was a very real dialogue. And that's when you reported Ida saying that you felt really good, that you were everything was positive, which was just the opposite of what had been the case prior to that, when you were sad about your father, and you were sad about joblessness, and everybody else you thought was doing well, but you were not, all of your high school friends, on and on. So you were in one emotional condition, and you were agnostic for all intents and purposes. Yeah, and all of that. But then the switch happened from the meditation. And then, and please correct me if I don't understand, after this experience of no pulse and no breath, that just further advanced, but you stopped. That was the other thing. You stopped the meditation.
Yeah, I stopped meditation, and then that experience happened because I didn't want to become priest. No way.
Because she was, okay, I think I got it. she instructed you to get Diksha from your grandfather.
Yeah.
When he said, do you know what that means? That means that you would become a high priestess.
You have
So
this
therefore
emotion.
you said, no,
Yes, no.
thanks anyway.
Yeah.
Call me in another 40 years.
Yeah.
You know? You stopped the practice that would have
Yeah.
led you to become the priestess.
Yeah.
And yet then you were re-engaged in the temple again. And out of that came the trance / pulselessness, breathlessness. And after that, it was clear to everybody around you, is that it?
Yeah.
That you needed to be brought to the Hindu department
Yeah,
for
to do
recognition. Committee.
Yeah, religion.
And at that point, internally, did you feel that you were ready for that or still not?
You know, be honest, at the time,
Yeah.
I was really young, so even I don't know what I to do, but inside of my heart,
Yeah.
I just want to feel a peace, harmony.
Right.
It's just, I don't know, it's just like one side, maybe as a teenager, I mean, as a young girl, of course, it's not my,
Your
my
wish.
yeah, not my
Your wish.
But the other side, the other side is really strong from inside. I have to become a high priestess. But it's really hard.
It's the idea in the West, we have this idea of the reluctant prophet, which is someone who is being compelled by forces we don't know much about to do something, even though on the personality level, they have no interest. They want to be a baseball star or something, you know, but something way deeper and resonant is driving them in another direction.
But not only that, after we went to the Hindu committee, people start heard. It's not all people in Bali accepted me because I was so young, and they're pro and contra.
Pro and contra. Yeah, right.
No, you cannot do that. You do their support but finally, and then the initiation just happened. Priestess took me to test me, took me to the ocean, and I just
took you to the ocean to test you.
Yeah, to test
as
me.
to whether you were, as your husband Torin was saying to me earlier, you were a kind of a good spirit or not.
Yeah, because why this young woman woman chanting, we thought learn, because we taught her learn and maybe
taught her what?
We taught her learn. I mean, because why in Bali we believe just if a low spirit or something like that, if we do a ceremony, cleansing ceremony, purifying ceremony on the ocean, so this will.
Oh, I see.
So why
you would dispel the low spirit through the ocean, which is another form of water purification, actually. Big
I think maybe
water.
Maybe just that priest just think about maybe they think like that. Then he took me there, and then I did, but I still chanting.
Oh,
I still
so
chanting,
because you continued to chant through that experience, they recognized you as being of a higher level.
Yeah, this is
that
so. That's meaning
idea?
Not low spirit.
Yes.
So not negative. So
right.
So, yeah.
God. What people do to each other. It's also insane.
Yeah.
But so what you're really battling, even to this day, is the issue of age and gender.
Yeah.
Right.
I think so, yeah.
There was resistance to your...
And get married.
Now.
Yeah, now.
You mean now because you're also married. Yeah. Right, exactly. So almost everything you have provided a foil for them to be angry. It's actually a reflection. It's like a mirror of, I'm going to put it my opinion, reflection of their own lack of evolution, because there's tremendous gender inequality in the Hindu culture. There's age, women, it's unbelievable. But that you would have this recognized spiritual development, Ida, and you're 20 years old, and you're a woman, like, cast thee out, and you want to be married?
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah.
So you're challenging the existing status quo so strongly that they have to look at their own prejudices. And that's very difficult for people to do, right? Everybody, it's difficult, not just priests. You're right. So we can understand, even with compassion, that your being who you are and listening to your inner guidance as you have brought up challenges for them of a completely profound order. Now, let's also bring back this idea, this reality, that as a high priestess, you began doing blessing ceremonies. Tell us about that. With hundreds and thousands of people whose lives have been altered and changed through these blessings.
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about that.
Water purification. Yeah, well, water purification is our Asian tradition.
Sure.
Blessing. It can be a blessing, can be healing, can be a
emotional, physical, spiritual.
Yeah. So, in Bali we call malukat. Malukat. So we use water. So in Bali, water is water. So even before in Bali, before our religion, we call Hindu. We call Bali religion. We call Tirtha religion. So Tirtha means holy water.
Okay. Oh, I see. That's how important the water element is in the teaching, that the name of the religion in Bali is actually water.
Water.
Yeah, okay.
Before we call Hindu, before long time.
Yes, understood.
So we call our religion was Tirtha religion. So water is very important, and we in Bali we really respect water is life.
The sacred element.
Yeah, water is life. Water is time. So we use water with malukat. Is we pour what I do. We pour water in the same time chanting mantra. So just like if we take a shower, we clean the body. So water purification is for your inside, for you.
Sure. Yes, right. Now, I mentioned that hundreds and thousands of people have come to your temple
to find to be harmonious, and how to find how to find a clear
clarity.
Yeah, clarity and agree.
And agreement, yes.
Between the real life, how most people
live,
and
the spiritual. Yes, exactly.
So we have to make a
bridge and a match.
And to not confuse people. I respect. I really respect and respect culture and tradition, and
Yes.
I really respect my culture and tradition. Every culture, every tradition, I
Yes.
really respect. But let us let us think the knowledge, wisdom, even from religion, tradition, law, still law. Let's we then that those should make us become wise, become make wise, open. If something happen, no, I mean how to say if I just want like people a spiritual leader, uh, spiritual religion leader
Mhm.
for I just want to say that please don't how to the sastra, the knowledge we get from, please,
How to, what's the word?
the sastra or the knowledge or wisdom, the rule from the tradition rule. I mean, let's should make us be just make become wiser and wiser
Hmm.
to see, to see
Yeah.
the
In other words,
life
if I
of
understand
spiritual-
what you're saying,
yeah,
let me read between the lines a little bit.
yeah,
It's how can we use, and please correct me if I don't get, how can we use the world's religions, teachings, philosophies,
yeah,
knowledge
spiritual,
to become wiser
wiser,
ourselves?
wiser for ourselves, and then wiser to see the different thing in the world, because so many different people. It maybe not all of people are spiritual,
Oh, right.
right? So
Look at yourself when you were 11,
yeah.
12 years old
Yeah,
before all this happened.
yeah, how to
Yeah.
make it to become be
Harmonized
wise,
is what you were
and then
saying.
make
What matters-
make become better,
Right.
like become a right, and then so not
Fighting.
not fighting because the tradition stay like this, but what you need to not do this. So let's
Become
wisely,
wiser.
yeah, and wisely to face, to solve,
Yes.
the
That this
life
is, of
problems
course,
for
what
the
our
human life, yeah.
one's spiritual life needs to inform the rest of our lives, the three-dimensional world that we live in also, and it needs to be informed and infused with our spiritual wisdom, understanding, and the heart of compassion. At the end of the day, because we're so different,
Yeah,
on
because-
one
yeah.
level, that is,
Yeah,
or
because-
two,
yeah.
it's our compassion and our wisdom that will allow us to embrace the diversity that we
Yeah,
find
that's
on
the-
our
yeah.
planets.
Because
And I say more. I
Yeah.
say enjoy and celebrate and have a lot of fun with.
yeah,
I mean, honestly, one of the things I was saying to you earlier, and your husband, Torin, who, as I told you, I know since he's so young because I'm such close friends with his parents, your in-laws now,
yeah.
that the two of you have married, and he is a white American
Yeah, because
fellow,
I'm-
and
yeah,
you,
I'm a
that
Balinese.
this is Balinese Hindu / Buddhist in a way, that you two are coming together, have come together, and you have a beautiful little baby Lakshmi. This acts as a symbol to the world of what's possible, and different
Yeah.
cultures coming together. And the traditional cultures, all cultures, have to deal with this. We have to deal with that. We love everybody, and people from entirely different cultures want to get to know each other and to marry, and to spend their lives together. It's beautiful. I'm in this situation as well.
Yeah. Right now it's just like I just want because everything can happen for the future that even now no human can imagine happen. So please,
Yes.
make the knowledge, the wisdom, make us become a wiser to see the perspective, how to to open
Perceive
the problem as leader. What come you are a religion leader, spiritual leader,
any
any leader. We have choice. We cannot just always base on the rule. Depend on the rule because everything can be changed.
Yes.
So I just want to say to every leader, any leader, what kind of leader around the world, just wise, and then
be wise.
Be wise, and please see the truth of the nature, the truth of creation of life.
Yes.
So
beautiful.
Politics is just a process.
Right.
Politics is just a like the car, when car go, it just and then
drive,
and drive and just gone. We cannot see the and it just pass. So,
well, thank you. I so appreciate all that you're sharing with us, and the call to wisdom. And I will add, part of wisdom is, a big part of it is compassion. And that's something we're so lacking. We're so impatient. People these days are so impatient and do not even often strive toward wisdom. But as you're saying, and I wholly agree, that's the direction we, humanity, must go in if we're going to survive. That's all. If you don't care about surviving, no problem. But if you do, take these words seriously. I want to thank you again. Thank you, Ida. It's just so beautiful to have you on. You're making it a better world.
Thank you.
God bless. We'll have you on again.
Thank you.
This is Mitchell J. Rabin for A Better World. Thank you so much for joining us, as well as I appreciate your emails to mjr@abetterworld.net. I love to get your thoughts and feelings and comments about our shows, and visit us at our website, www.abetterworld.tv. Sign up for our newsletter. We are on the air in Manhattan on television every week on Mondays at 7 p.m. and on radio all the time. Thanks again for joining, and I look forward to seeing you all next week.